on a fucking beat. I was staying cooking like I've been in the kitchen. I've been a fucking about you, been in the bitch. I've been getting dogs with my nigga bench. Believe in God, but I ain't no Christian. How you sweating? I'm the one who glistens. Shout on these niggas, I ain't even trying. Making my money while you waste your time. Like a kindergarten, never stay in line. Been in line, never been to shit. Y'all dandelion, I'm not playing that either. Like Cowtown, you don't want the beef. Got your girl sprung, she wanna stay with me. I don't want your girl. I got my own. Young ass nigga, check my chromosome. No baseball, but nigga go home. This ain't zone, don't raise a tone. I'm Al Capone if he had a clone. Break rocks, but I'm in the real one. In the close with my team, Cut time, go back, raise the phone. Call a mouse phone, cause I try to cheat. You call her bad bitch, but she on the knee. You want the bitch, but the bitch won't be. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Y'all already know the vibes. Welcome to the Unpopular Opinion Podcast. Hope y'all enjoy y'all time here. As always, I'm your host, Grand Hefe, Big Boss. Y'all already know what time it is. Name so nice, I had to say it twice. Hey, man, I'm glad to be back. I know I kind of slacked off for y'all this week. I was supposed to have this podcast out on Monday, but it was for a good reason. Honestly, I was actually waiting for the Derek Chauvin trial to end, which is what I was really doing because I didn't really want to come on here and talk about what a verdict might have been when a verdict was kind of right near. So that verdict came down on Tuesday. I usually would, drop a podcast on Monday. So you see how that kind of worked out. I kind of really wanted everything to kind of play out. Plus, I'm kind of glad I did because there's been a lot of other stuff in the news lately. A bunch of police shooting again. 7-year-old girl in Chicago getting shot with her dad at the McDonald's. Like, I don't even get it, man. But before we go ahead and kick off the show, I want to thank everybody for tuning into the podcast. Continue downloading the podcast. I appreciate all the love and support that I get. Down the Dawn on Apple Music. That was Down the Dawn on Apple Music. So go get that Super Soaker. But yeah, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning into the show, showing love and support. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the show, man. For our first topic of the day, we kind of already hinted towards it here. Derek Chauvin here, he was found guilty on all three accounts. It was what, and before I get into what the charges really were, might I add, if I got hair, I don't know. But they did it again. They did it again, man. They did it again. And everybody gonna be like, everybody was kind of happy, and I said it as soon as it came out. I'm like, he got off easy. If you remember, if you go back to the last show that we did last week, I said I feel like he's gonna get convicted. I mean, how can he not? Even if he didn't do anything wrong, with the way things happened last year when this went down, and what would have happened if they would have found him not guilty. He had no choice, but obviously he was guilty. I mean, you look at the video, it don't take a rocket scientist to understand or see that what he did was he murdered a man. Simple as that. But of course he got off, like I said he would. The justice system is super funny, man. What he got hit with: second degree unintentional murder. Second degree unintentional murder. Now they say each one of these sentences carry up to 10 years, which we know he won't see the max of neither three of these. So second degree unintentional murder, third degree murder, second degree manslaughter. So they already setting us up for the okie doke here. If each sentence carry about 10, he'll probably get 5, 3, and probably another 3. So what, 11 years he'll be able to, he'll be released on good behavior in 5, and probably have to do like 3 years probation, or maybe that suspended 4 or 5 years that he'll have left. But it's amazing to me how we have medical professionals and everybody, his own boss, and bystanders and paramedics and all of these people that can say that this was intentional. Not to mention you're on his throat that whole time, and then you tell him, well, if you can talk, then you can breathe. Like, it's thought like this.
this is crazy. But you got all these medical professionals and all of these professional opinions that you put on trial, which they got to be some sort of they have to hold some sort of weight if you got them up there testifying, right? So you got all these people saying that this wasn't, unintentional. You got all these people that saying this is the reason why it happened, and then you hit them with second degree unintentional murder, so we can lessen the charges here. Because even though it carries a max of 10 years, right? Of course, we'll never give him the max. It's unintentional, right? He didn't really try to do this, did he? Like, fuck out of here with all that dumbass shit. But that's just how it is, man. I mean, I'm really honestly not surprised at this point, because I mean, this is what we grown to expect from the US justice system, where a guy can literally murder somebody on camera. And yeah, we found him guilty, right? Like, you probably had no choice but to find him guilty. Like, but what about the fact that come on, man, unintentional murder. This shit is so wild to me. And then you got people like Brett Favre out here talking about let me get the direct quote of Brett, because I don't want to misquote him at all. He said, "I find it hard to believe, and I'm not defending Derek Chauvin in any way." First off, that's what you're doing. I mean, anytime you have to, put disclaimers out there, that's, oh, you know what? I mean this in no disrespect, is usually followed by something very, very disrespectful. I'm not taking up for him or defending him in any kind of way. That's probably what you're doing. I mean, it don't really take a rocket science to see this either. But anyways, Brett says, let me get my audio right real quick, because I think I'm kind of loud in my speaker here. So we got Brett Favre to say, "I find it hard to believe, and I'm not defending Derek Chauvin in any way. I find it hard to believe, first of all, that he intentionally meant to kill George Floyd." How would you know that? Now, people on the other side will probably argue like, "How did you know he didn't?" Well, because I have a video to prove that actions speak louder than words. I mean, I don't care about you talking about what you think he didn't mean to do when he did it. If I walk up to you and punch you in your face and say, "Oh man, I didn't even mean to, I didn't intentionally mean to punch you in your face," like, come on, bro. Like, obviously I did. Because you're gonna say, "Well, why did you hit me then?" So if he didn't intentionally try to kill him, why would you be still got your knee in somebody on somebody's back, somebody's neck, choking them when they already telling you they can't breathe? Not to mention, this man was already handcuffed. So you mean to tell me that he was that much of a threat to you already in handcuffs? See, people get it confused and they get it mixed up, because see, they can't differentiate, or maybe they can, they just don't want to, the difference between the crime and the criminal and what actually happened. See, that's why they always want to bring up, the past and what and what this person did, in their spare time back in the day, when they were 16 years old. Like, that's Ahmaud Arbery. That's what they try to do with him, right? This man is just running, trying to get his exercise in. He's hunted down by two racist white men in Georgia. We know how this works. I'm from the South, man. Racism is no stranger to me. So he's running on his own, doing nothing, minding his own business. He gets murdered, right? First thing they talk about, oh, when 5 years ago he was out in the park smoking weed and an officer pulled up on him. What does that have to do with the situation at hand? George Floyd might have was trying to pay for whatever he was trying to pay with counterfeit bills. He might have been a meth head, but guess what? Who cares? We're talking about the situation at hand. This man is handcuffed. You didn't even administer CPR at all. You didn't give no chest compressions. You didn't try to do anything. But we supposed to believe Mr. Brett Favre that he didn't intentionally do that. So which one of his actions told you that that's not what he wanted to do? because I'm confused here. Which one of those actions prove to you that that's not what he was really legitimately trying to do? So no, I don't want to hear that, oh, what you thought he didn't mean to do, because I'm only caring about his actions in the middle of a crime there. A crime that he's probably going to get off relatively easy there. Not to mention they ain't putting him in population. They ain't doing that. He's a police officer. This trial is all over the place. Who don't know about George Floyd now? I watch Big Brother Canada, man. I'm a Big Brother fan. Like that's what I do. If it's Big Brother, I watch it. Big Brother regular, Big Brother celebrity, Big Brother All Stars, Big Brother Canada. I watch it all. And over there, they had people that was like during the game, and they're, you know, when they have to talk to the camera and all that stuff, was talking about George Floyd. This is global. Now tell me who in the United States don't know about George Floyd. If we got people all the way in Canada knowing about it, tell me who in America don't know about George Floyd. So you think they finna put him in population? No, man. This man is finna be guarded by his buddies who probably gonna congratulate him every single day for doing his job, because that's what they're gonna say, right? Oh man, you did your job. No, you kill somebody on purpose because your actions tell me that's what you did. And you're going to get away with second-degree unintentional murder. Kudos to our justice system, man. Our justice system is definitely top notch here, man. Definitely top notch. Moving on though, man. We got Daunte Wright right out there where the Chauvin trial happened. You know where all of that happened in Minneapolis. 20-year-old kid shot dead by police officer Kim Potter. Now, this one here is just, if anything, kind of boils my blood. I'm usually pretty open-minded, man, when it comes to these police shootings. I've came on here plenty of times and said, I mean, you get what you get when you do things like that. Like when you're running after a police officer with a gun, or you got one pointed at him and you get shot. I mean, you can't say that, you know, or you reaching for a gun. I mean, you can't say that this person is so innocent. So I've came on here many times and, you know, and been fair, right? But Miss Kimberly, I'm pretty sure that's your name. I don't know. Miss Kimberly Potter, right? 26 years on the police force. 26 years. 26. And you don't know the difference between your taser and a loaded fucking Glock 17? Is that what we're gonna say here? Is that really what we're gonna do? You've been on the police force damn near as long as I've been alive. Not quite, but almost, right? And you don't know the difference between, you don't know the weight difference between your taser and your gun, which has been the same since you've probably been on the police force, right? Because every police department trains, you have your taser on the non-dominant hand, you have your gun on your dominant hand, which only makes sense, right? If I'm drawing this, I'm drawing it to kill somebody. I don't need to be doing this and switching. I don't, right? So we know the difference between drawing your firearm, and, oh, let me draw this light ass taser that I got, right? So for context, right? Context. Two officers pull over Daunte Wright, and they stop him. They pull him out the car. They're handcuffing him, right? He asks, "Why are you handcuffing me? Why am I going to jail?" They all said, the two officers that pulled him over, there's one officer at his door. He had a female passenger with him. There's the other officers at the passenger door. There's Kim Potter standing behind. for a key important point right here. Let me interject here. She is a field training officer, which was her role in this incident here. She's training two officers right now. So you have the one officer that's arresting Daunte Wright. You have the other officer at the passenger door because there's a female passenger there. You have Kim Potter there. She's the training officer. He asks, why am I going to jail? They all say, because you got a warrant out for your arrest. All right, cool, whatever, man. Cool. You know, you got a warrant, you know, for the people that say, see, he's a criminal, he deserved to die, he had a warrant, he wouldn't have been that good of a person if he got a warrant. You can have a warrant for an unpaid traffic ticket. You forgot to stop at the red light before you turn right, and you just yielded a little bit, and you got that ticket, and you just never paid it. That's a warrant, you know that, right? So all warrants aren't created equal. Context here. We don't know what kind of warrant it is. They haven't really. Well, I haven't seen where they released that. Anyways, you know, they handcuffing him. She walks over to him, grabs a piece of paper from him, which they say was the proof of insurance and all of that other stuff. They also said they pulled him over for expired tax. Now that is what triggered the traffic stop. So as she go pull the paper from him, he tries to yank away. He gets back in the car. They're fighting. He's fighting with the officer. Got his hand all out the window, like, nah, like, chill. You know, they trying to get him. She then draws out her weapon. Now, this is where things get a little crazy for me, right? So, given all the details here, she's been on the police force for 26 years. She's a field training officer. She draws her weapon. He's still fighting with the other officers. She's trying to, you know, she got a weapon out for at least 10 seconds, right? So you would think if you've been on the police force for 26 years, you are a training officer. You're telling me that you held that weapon for at least 10 seconds and you didn't realize, shit, I drew my fucking firearm. Let me put this bitch back. Let me grab my taser. Guy had no weapons, right? So she's doing all this trying to, and then she says, taser, taser, taser. So at this point, you still want to say you do not remember or you did not know you had your taser. She shoots the dude. She shoots Daunte Wright in the left side, right here in the stomach, kind of, right? And she says, holy shit, I shot him. No shit, you dumb bitch. No fucking shit. You want to now say you didn't know that you had your fucking taser, and then the police chief comes out and say he don't believe that she meant to shoot him, that she meant to draw her taser because on video you can hear her saying taser, taser, taser. What that got to do with it? Motherfuckers cover up shit. Police officers cover up shit all day. I did a story about 6 months ago about some police officers in South Carolina trying to set up black dudes to kill him, literally plotting it on the radio. So, and you don't think that she knows this? You don't think that she can understand the fact that if she said taser, 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 that made it look a little better? That, oh man, you know, because they can hear me saying, because she's wearing the body cam, you know. So you really see everything because it's her body cam. So you're telling me you can draw your weapon, do all this, you know, not realize that you got it. Then you say taser, 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 and you shoot somebody, and then I didn't realize that I shot it. Another key point that I forgot to mention here. That Glock 17 is black as hell. That Glock 17 is black as hell. Black as hell, heavy as hell, big as hell. The taser that they wear, that shit is yellow as a fucking banana. So you're telling me you didn't realize, right, that it was that heavy, right? Spur of the moment, you know, pressure situation, whatever you want to say, right? You didn't feel that it was black, right? But then when you hold it in front of your face and you don't realize and you don't see yellow, right? And did you just fucking blank out or something like that? And you just didn't realize? Because this shit don't make any sense to me. It don't make sense how you can be on the police force for 26 years, how you can also be a training officer, which I would imagine that you've showed, I don't know how many cadets or, you know, officers how to use a taser, the proper way to use it, the proper things you must say, the proper things you must do before you use your taser. I'm pretty sure you have done that a million times, and you telling me that for a guy that didn't have no weapon and you were there with two other officers, you telling me you didn't realize that you drew your fucking firearm and you didn't draw your taser and you shot somebody, and now you're going to get off because you know what they charged her with? Fucking second-degree manslaughter. You know what that means? She's going to get off in about 3 years. That's what that means. And they allow her to resign, which means she get to keep her benefits, right? That's another thing that needs to change here. Her and the police chief, they both resign because you know why? Because it was coming. They know it's coming. But then when you only charge them with second-degree manslaughter, that's letting these police know shit. I mean, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'd rather take my chances because I know I got the law on my side anyways, right? Second-degree manslaughter, that's it? You're only going to get a manslaughter charge. You're going to get a manslaughter charge off the strength that you saying that you didn't recognize that you had your gun drawn? I'm no police officer, but I've been in the military. I've handled weapons all my life. My granddad had guns, all my cousins guns. I don't listen, man. Listen. Ain't no way. I know how light a taser is. I know how light a taser is. You telling me you got a loaded Glock 17 and you do not feel that difference? Listen, man, that don't make any sense. 3-minute news with Grand, man. I had a different story in mind today for 3 minutes with Grand, but since I'm gonna go ahead and release this, today is Thursday, so I'm gonna go ahead and release this the 22nd. I'm gonna release this on the 23rd, so I'm gonna give y'all this one tomorrow. But I had another topic for 3 minutes with Grand today that I think I'm gonna wait for 3 minutes with Grand that I'm gonna release this upcoming Monday. And but I'm gonna tease it real quick. You know, there's an Ohio school district employee, Bradley Bean or Beon, Beun, who thought he was gonna be meeting with a 8-year-old. Supposedly he was talking to her dad to arrange this at a hotel. That's gonna be my 3 minutes for next week. My 3 minutes for this week is gonna be the 7-year-old girl that got shot in Chicago. The 7-year-old girl that got shot in Chicago. That's tragic, man. So 3 minutes for News of Grand starts now. So, man, what's up with all this killing kids, man? What's up with this killing kids? I thought killing kids and women was off limits. No, like that's not how this new generation do it. And I know what it is, man. Your niggas scared. You niggas ain't never got no fist fight. Or every time you did, you got your ass beat and you was getting laughed at. So nigga found out, oh man, if I pick up a gun, that shit made me powerful. No, nigga, you niggas are weak, dog. Like, for real. You niggas been raised by your mamas and y'all got them female tendencies. That's y'all problem, bro. That's y'all problem. Y'all got them female tendencies, and that's how y'all act, bro. Y'all act just like that. Niggas ain't never had no father figure in your life. Your granddad probably wasn't around or something. Something had to happen, bro, because, there's no way. What happened to all you gangsters talking about how y'all walk down on the nigga? No, like, y'all don't be doing that, or that shit just sound good, to be saying on the internet or sending them songs and shit. Real shit, bro. Like, 7-year-old girl, bro, ain't even get to live her life yet, man. She just at McDonald's with her dad, bro. Y'all shot this little girl 6 times. Y'all shot her dad 1 time. She died on the scene, or on the way to the hospital because a police officer tried to get her to the hospital. She died. Y'all shot over 45. They say they found over 45 shell cases at the scene. This little girl just with her dad, man. And I think about, because I got 3 little girls. That shit wild. Now, apparently, the FBI posted a list and addresses of all the people that needed, that was scamming for the PPP loan, and they showed a video of this dude actually talking about it on social media, on Facebook, after they released the list, talking about my ops probably waiting for me downstairs. Well, I guess they caught you at McDonald's, man, and your daughter, what's the price to pay? This shit sad, man. This shit sad. Another child died. I reported on the last show, a 1-year-old got shot on the freeway riding with her parents, her mom and her stepdad. 1-year-old shot in the head. 7-year-old girl shot 6 times this time. This shit got to stop, bro. This shit got to stop. These weak ass, boy, this shit got to stop. That's the end of 3 Minutes with Grando. Moving on. Another police shooting. This week was, listen, bro. This week has been on fire. This week, Ohio and Minneapolis. Y'all been turned up. The fuck has been going on? Ohio, we got, a school district employee thinking he finna go have sex with an 8-year-old. He got NyQuil and candy. Then 16-year-old girl, Ma'Khia Bryant, she gets shot, killed. Let me ask y'all police officers this, and all these people, and I live beside a police officer. Matter of fact, I live by 2, but my next door neighbor is a sheriff. And listen, man, he's a cool dude. He's he don't bother us. He do his thing. He speak. He talks to my son. He my best friend, his parents, both of his parents are police officers. I know plenty of police officers, man. I know some good ones, and I've encountered some bad ones, and I see the bad ones. But let me ask y'all this, man. For all you people that love the police and is going to back them in every single situation, regardless of what happened, because you look at the criminal history rather than the situation at hand. Let me ask y'all this. Do they train y'all to just get on scene and just shoot? Because that shit baffles me. That shit baffles me, dog. You just get on scene and just start shooting. Police officer out in Ohio shot and killed Ma'Khia Bryant. Shot her 4 times in the back. Now, she was fighting some girls. Looked like they were trying to jump her. She had a knife. You can see the officer when he gets on scene. He's wearing a body cam. He gets on scene. He don't know what's going on because his first question when he got over there was, what's going on? What's happening? At that time, you can see the girl fighting with another girl. The other girl fell. The one girl that the officer was asking what was going on, she was then getting chased by Ma'Khia Bryant with a knife, and he shot her 4 times. Now I seen people on social media, talking about, well, there's another, how can you fault the police, when he was just trying to save a life of someone else, from getting stabbed. Dude, last I checked, bro, I'm a pretty big man. I'm 6'1.5", about 220. A taser will lock me up. So you telling me for a girl, you didn't even have to know her age, right? For a girl, you telling me you couldn't shoot her with a taser to stop her, G? Like, you telling me that taser wouldn't have stopped her in her tracks? Not to mention she's running away from the officer trying to chase the other girl by the car, because there's probably about 15, 20 feet in between the officer, the girl, and then there was a car that was directly right in front of him. He shot her right at the car. They were like fighting on the car. So you couldn't shoot her with a taser? Like, do y'all tasers not work or something? Like, I don't get it. Because before it was, that officer life is in danger. He had to do what he had to do to make it home. Well, you're not in any danger here. Your job is not to kill people. Your job is to defuse, de-escalate, or either arrest people. You know, that's your job. You're not supposed to kill people just because you feel like it. Like, this makes no sense to me, man. This makes no sense to me. You get on scene, you don't even know what's going on. Granted, you see somebody with a knife, they're running away from you. Do y'all tasers not work? Like, I don't get it. Like you got a knife, I got my taser. Now you got a knife, I got a gun. If you got a gun, I got a gun. See how that works? You telling me a taser wouldn't have stopped this girl? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't get it, man. Which leads me into my next point. We got a 32-year-old that happened. This happened in where did this happen at? I cannot remember where this shooting happened at, but it was a 32-year-old man, Tyrell Wilson, that got shot back in March 11th, by police officer Andrew Hall. Now, this police officer, Andrew Hall, that shot him, had already been recently charged back in 2018 with a shooting of an unarmed man. So you already got one of these under your belt for the unarmed man. This ain't the dude that's in Ohio. This is another situation that I'm talking about. Andrew Hall has been recently charged with, shooting another unarmed man. Then on March 11th of this year, he shoots another man walking across the street. So, for context here, he got a call that a man was throwing rocks at passing cars. Right, so he gets on the scene. When he gets there, the guy starts to walk across the street. So now he's like, "Hey, man, you jaywalking?" He calls him. He try to call him back. Nah, who are you? Blah blah blah, officer. He didn't say I'm Officer Andrew Hall with the whatever police department. And he's like, "Nah, man, get away from me." The dude turns around. He has a knife in his hand, right? So then he's like, "All right, man." And then he's like, "Oh, what's going to happen?" He's like, "You run up here and you're going to see what's going to happen." All right, I get it. That's a threat, right? So you pull out your taser, right? like that's what you would think. You would think that, or you would think that you wouldn't try to escalate a situation with a person with a knife. Your job is to de-escalate the situation. That is what you train for. You're trained to de-escalate situations without resulting in violence. That's why they give you mace. That's why they give you a taser. That's why they give you, your nightstick. That's why they give you stuff like that. And they give you a gun. See, they give you stuff so you can progressively work your way up to doing what you need to do, right? Your job is to de-escalate the situation, not invoke the situation. So the dude turns around, get away from me before I, you see what happened if you run up on me, this and that. The officer draws his gun and then bow, bow, bow. Or bow. Right? Pulls out his gun, bow. Dude fall. Did you really have to shoot him? Did you really have to shoot him? Again, did you really have to shoot him? Did you really have to shoot him? You have other stuff you could have did. You could have pulled out your mace. You could have sprayed him. I mean, y'all are, he walked literally up on them. He could have touched him like this. That's how close you was. So you telling me you couldn't, first of all, stay back a little bit. Hey, put down the knife. I'm gonna spray you. I'm gonna taser you. You couldn't do none of that before you just said bow, because it was from the time gun pulled out, he's already shot. When is this gonna stop for real? Serious question. Feel free to answer anytime. When's it gonna stop? Like, are they not being trained? You can't tell me that you're scared. This is your job, right? It's okay to be scared, but come on, man. Every time you get around a black person, all of a sudden you're so scared. But all of these other mass murderers, all these white mass murderers can have weapons, actually guns, military military grade weapons, and they are caught alive. But you're not scared for your life in those situations. But you're scared of a woman or running away from you, or you're scared of a man that just got a knife. But you're not scared of, but you're not scared of them with AK-47s and fucking AR-15s and M4s. You're not scared of them. That don't make any sense to me. But somehow you're always scared of, like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Like, are they dude, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. This shit wild to me, man. But that's gonna be the end of today's show. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. We got, as promised, as always, y'all already know what time it is, man. We got Grant's unpopular opinions. So I'll go ahead and jump right into it. First unpopular opinion of the day is making your bed is a chore that is a complete waste of time. I definitely agree. Making your bed is the stupidest thing ever invented in the world. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're making it up just to get right back in it and mess it up. And I work from home, so, you know, for me, like, when I take my breaks and stuff, I just jump right in the bed. And I like to get under the covers because that's just what I do. Even if I'm not even finna go to sleep, it's just comfortable for me to kind of have covers. So I'm going to mess it up anyways. And it's my room. Who else is coming in here? Thank God for my wife because, yeah. I think, making the bed is definitely pointless chore. Moving right along, pineapples belong on pizza. Hell no. I don't even think I got to elaborate on this. Pineapples do not belong on pizza. That shit is nasty. Pineapples by itself is good. Pizza by itself is good. They do not belong together. End of story, case closed. That shit is nasty. Pineapples don't belong on pizza. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And our last and final unpopular opinion of the day is ketchup should be in the fridge. 1000% agree. You get that real hot hamburger, that cold ketchup it just levels it out. But you got that hot ketchup that you just grabbed off the shelf, that shit don't taste good, right? It don't hit the same. It just don't hit the same. You know, I got me some hot French fries. That cold, you know, that coldness from that ketchup, it just does it right. It's almost like having syrup in the refrigerator. It's just better because when you get them hot pancakes, some hot waffles, you know, you get that cold stuff right over the top. It just makes everything better. Everything is just better when you do it that way. Ketchup definitely belong in the refrigerator. But that's gonna be the end of today's show, though, guys. Thank you for tuning into the show. Make sure you continue to like, comment, share it on YouTube. Share this video out. Also, if you listen on Apple Music podcast on our podcasting websites or our podcasting sites, there, make sure you go ahead and leave us a rating. And then preferably 5 stars. If you don't give us 5 stars, I'm gonna go ahead and consider that you hating. Probably, most likely, that's probably what it is. But nah, for real though, I thank you for all the love and support. Appreciate everybody for downloading the show. And I'm out of here, man. Grand Hefe, Big Boss. Y'all already know what time it is.
Bitch, never in a van, but a nigga no John. Never paid attention, but a nigga no son. Fuck y'all niggas, y'all ain't bout none. Never in a van, but a nigga no John. Never paid attention, but a nigga no son. Fuck y'all niggas, y'all ain't bout none. Had to make a meal when I only had crumb. Had to get a marriage cause I came from the slums. Fire nigga like my name is Trump. Grab by the pussy, can't get enough. President kush up in my lungs. So much fire hit the alarm. Serial killer, no lucky charm.